You have to engineer your success. Now, there was a study done probably 10 or 15 years ago, at least, maybe more, that showed that the average millionaire has 7 income streams. It basically said that, it took a bunch of millionaires, figured out how many ways they're making money, and on average, an average millionaire, multimillionaire is making money 7 different ways. And since then, that has led a whole bunch of people with no money or no motion, just like myself, to go out and try and build up multiple things from zero and ultimately just fail, waste time and distract themselves because this one study said, rich people have multiple income streams. But what I learned from this study was not, how rich people make money, but it was that you need to engineer your success. Most people who saw this study started, either just ignoring it, or if they did pay attention to it, they would try and build up multiple income streams. Go, oh yeah, but the millionaires have this, the millionaires this, the millionaires that. No. You need to engineer your success. Everyone took this study and they tried to build up multiple things at once, and they go, oh, if I just give it enough time and I'm consistent, all these 4 business models I'm doing at the same time will all work. And they all of them, well not all, everyone, but 99.9% of people who took this study and tried multiple things at the same time failed miserably. I know I did. And they failed for a good reason. And the good reason is that they were trying to attain something that is unattainable. You cannot go out there and build up from zero, when you're completely broke, starting out, multiple successful companies that will make you a millionaire at the same time. It doesn't work like that. That's how it works. Everyone gets, all the millionaires, what everyone missed in the study, it's not the point of the video, but what everyone missed in the study is that the millionaire starts one business, makes a bit of money, starts another business, makes more money, starts another business, makes it big, and then they start a second business, and a third business, and this income stream, know this person, and eventually through network and through experience and through success, they branch out like a tree. There's the big trunk of the tree, and a bunch of sort of bigger branches and some smaller branches, and over time, that one first company that led to the second company, that led to the third company, that led to the fourth company, that led to that smaller company, it all just adds up, and they branch out. That's what the study was saying. But people viewed this wrong. They thought, okay, I need to build all of this at the same time, from zero to the top. And it didn't work ever, at all. And I'm not going to say that it never worked ever, but for most people, it didn't work. 99.9% of people, it didn't work. I'm not saying it's unachievable, but it's probably not the best way to chase success, is to build up like 5 things at once, 7 things at once. But what I learned from this study is that once you become successful, you win in one area, you need to branch out. You need to engineer ways to keep your money safe. You keep your money growing. They make money in one company. They take the money, start another company that gets bigger. Take the money from that, start another company that gets bigger. You take a bit of the money from there, put it into this, a bit of the money, and you sort of spread out your tentacles like an octopus, right? And that's one way to engineer your success. Another way to engineer your success is maybe you do content creation. And you start with content creation, alright, and you build up a following of a few thousand people. Then you have an online community or an online product or a course or something. And you sell that course, and eventually you start making $5,000 a month. And then, you do something else, and you make a bit more money, and then you move to Bali and you meet someone, and you do this, and then eventually you invest in their startup, and you start this brand, and it spirals. It goes from one thing to the next, and slowly you sort of stop doing content eventually, and you're in this business, that business, that, and eventually you just sort of spiral out into content and then real businesses, right? Or maybe you start, you do lawn mowing and you cut grass, and you go out, you start cutting grass, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, you buy a cheap mower, you buy some more equipment, and eventually you hire your friend, and you pay him $12 an hour. And then, you get more jobs, so you go, I'm going to hire my other friend. And you send him to 2 different jobs. And then you go, well, you guys do the work, and I'm just going to focus on marketing. And eventually, it builds up, and you've engineered this company, and you now have, 20 guys working, mowing lawns, a bunch of mowers, a bunch of teams, a few cars, trucks, whatever. And you just get to sit there with, all your staff running this business. You're like, alright, I've engineered a lawn mowing company, on a bunch of dudes mowing for $15 an hour, and I'm raking in thousands a week. Cool. You have to engineer your success. Whether you want to do content creation, drop shipping, any other business model, a real life business, mowing, who cares? Whatever you want to do, you can make, you could sell eggs, doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, you have to engineer your success. Because there is levels to the game, and you will either fail at all the levels, fail at level 1 and stay at the bottom, succeed through some levels and just go where life takes you, and probably fail at a level and get stuck and fall off. Or you just start succeeding at the levels and go where life takes you and keep going. Or you engineer what you want, and you get what you want. I have a very clear plan. I know what I want and I'm going to get it. A lot of people who have become successful, matter of fact, I would say almost all the people who have become successful, whether it be through money, fitness, sport, whatever it is, had a plan, knew exactly what they wanted, and knew exactly how to get there. Very rarely does someone get something extraordinary on accident. It's always deliberate, it's on purpose. It's I wanted this, I did this, and I got this. It's a plan to get you there. You need to engineer your success. Make a blueprint in your mind, on paper, on your phone, whatever it is. Make a blueprint, engineer your success, know what you want, know how to get there, and go and get it. Check out the link in the bio for my school community. I'm going to be a lot more active in there, putting a lot more resources inside of there. And other than that, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.